Hey everybody, it's me, America's favorite puppet stepbrother Jared. For too long, game journalists, academics, and normies have been bad-talking video games for being full of cliches. Well, guess what, eggheads? Here's 9 video game tropes that are secretly amazing. Number 1, mini-bosses. Presenting the assistant managers of video game antagonists. The poor saps who put in their time, always spoke up at meetings, and still got passed over by some guy that, I don't know, had like snakes for hands or something. That sounds pretty cool. Even the best mini-bosses are forgotten to time, as lost as 1,000 YouTube channels that just randomly you stop getting notifications for. But what makes these working class bad guys shine is when they show up later in the game as regular enemies. That's right, fucko. You thought we forgot about Big Steve? Idiot. We had a whole closet full of Steves, and they heard what you did to their identical twin brother. So lube up, idiot. It's time to get the smackdown. Number 2, randomly placed explosives. From the dawn of the FPS genre, there has always been the explosive barrel. But from that seed bloomed 1,000 environmental hazards that we have come to rely on for really obvious moments where, you feel like a genius because you killed a bunch of dudes by shooting one thing instead of shooting several things. Whether it's gas canisters, an orcish campfire, or jars of whale oil, it feels great knowing that in the world of video games, there's no safety regulations about leaving instant death tubes lying around. Yep, it's just real men carrying loaded firearms around flimsy metal shrapnel bombs, as God intended. Number 3, sexy armor. I'm gonna get a lot of hate from Tumblr over this, but if you think about it logically and hear me out, you'll see that I'm right about this. The thing that's great about sexualized battle armor on female characters is that I'm super horny and am incapable of understanding how other people feel about things. There. Simple, right? I want to be drawn into a fantasy world where strong warriors battle an encroaching darkness, and I want to do it while fighting alongside an Instagram model in a chainmail bikini. Also, if you could make it so that the stronger armor levels get skimpier and skimpier, that would be great. Nothing motivates me to keep playing a video game more than 17 pixels of underboob. Number 4, dumb ancient puzzles. One of the best things about being alive in 2017 is knowing that you are 99% smarter than everyone who has ever lived before you. Am I right, Rick and Morty fans? Up top! Oh, did you invent the Mesopotamian irrigation system in 3000 PC? That's cute, I can read. One of my favorite things to do in games is to walk into an ancient temple carved from the very stones of the earth and speedrun through it like it was a coloring book. Can you even imagine the planning meetings for these things? Oh, great Faryu the Ancient, how will we stop people from stealing the ancient crystal of Krynock? I don't know. How about you flip a big dumb switch and it fills the room with water and then it opens the door? You magnificent bastard, you've done it again! This is even more brilliant than that push the rock with a picture of the moon on it onto a tile on the floor with a picture of the moon on it puzzle from last year. Number 5, first aid kits. Even in its infancy, video games hit upon a fundamental truth of the universe. It is way more fun to shoot people than it is to get shot. How do we solve this fundamental conflict? The answer? The humble first aid kit. This ubiquitous white box was a boon for gamers who no longer had to stop playing just because their character definitely should have bled out and died of sepsis 3 stages ago. In life, there are no second chances, but in video games, you can bandage your way out of getting shot through the skull with a NATO 5.56 round. Number 6, stealth kills. And speaking of making murders more fun, let's talk about the mother flippin' joy of the stealth kill. It doesn't make that much sense. Why would getting stabbed in the face with an arrow do more damage just because it came from a shadowy corner of the room? Who cares? Point is, there is no greater feeling than killing some guard, hiding his body, than watching the other guard do that obligatory, guess it was just my imagination routine while I'm hiding behind a barrel. It's like the ultimate prank. Number 7, nude mods. Modding your games is one of the fundamental joys of owning a PC. And for many developers, it's how they got their start in the industry. And let's face it, the first mod that any lonely teenager first installs is going to be the Noble Nude mod. Some normie might say that this is just proof of a stunted understanding of human sexuality, but true gamers know that the Nude mod is the ultimate expression of freedom. The freedom to play Dark Souls naked, or Street Fighter naked, or Mario 64 in the goddamn buff, just feeling the wind on your balls as you run through Bob-omb Battlefield. So thank you, Nude mods, for being the most fun you can have in your parents' basement with a system.ini file. Whoa, what do you mean this is too similar to the sexy armor one? I don't get it. I said I like boobs! Number 8, Quicktime events. Okay, not gonna lie, it's just, when you do these lists, you gotta have one real garbage entry so people leave a bunch of comments. Yep, there they go. Try and demonetize this, idiots. And finally, number 9, low settings. This might be a presumption, but if you're watching this on YouTube right now, chances are you're broke as shit. Which is why I'm closing this list out with every degenerate pauper's saving grace, low graphics settings. To this day, it's amazing how my 5-year-old pre-built rig that I got at Best Buy can still play the latest games at 680 by 480 resolution, with the shadows turned off, at 15 frames per minute, but I wouldn't have it any other way. While the rest of the PC Master Race complains about screen tearing and texture pop-in, I'll be over here on low setting, having a grand old time and spending my money on the important things, like food, shelter, and very fancy anime figurines that you should probably hide when you have guests over. You know the ones. What? Yeah, it's a horny episode. What can I say? These are horny times. Good night, everybody.